So how's it going, man? It seems like this vendor reset ain't too shabby. It's actually better than it has been in the last couple days, as long as this rain would actually let up. Really? Oh my god, what did you eat? Oh lord, you need to go check your drawers. What is up, Gorilla Nation? It is Relentless here, bringing you yet another Division 2 video. It is vendor reset. I know I'm a little late to the party. I typically upload it as soon as it switches over each and every week, but I had a family emergency today, so I wasn't able to, and I just recently got home, so the first thing I'm doing is hopping on and doing the vendor reset. So without further ado, let's start out with the level 30 clan vendor. First, we have a Pyromaniac, Ignited, Accurate, and Protected Reload. And if you're wondering as far as the base damage, whether, what tier is this, whether it be low, mid, or high, well, I currently have just found one yesterday in the LZ, and it actually dropped at 23.3. And then I looked it up. I'm only about 500 or 600 off the actual max damage you can actually get on one. So I would say this is probably mid to low tier damage. Moving on, we have an Aces and Eights gloves with LMG damage and pistol damage. Negotiator's Dilemma's knee pads with 15, 433 health. True Patriot chest piece with 8% crit damage, 5.5% weapon damage, and 27, 8, 12 health with vital. T821 with spike, distance, and greased. An SR1 with sadist Allegro. An M700 tactical with killer jazz hands, as well as spear fingers. And next we have a AUG A3 PAR, which is the submachine gun with Sadist and Extra, a PX4 Storm Type T, Optimist Optimized Protected Reload, a Murakami holster with 14,337 armor on kill and 221 skill power. Providence Defense holster is next on the list with 10,823 health on kill and 8.5% crit hit damage. We have a defensive systems protocol mod with 8719 health, 8% health regen, and 4% skill health. We have another turret mod at 147.2% damage. I haven't really found too many this high. I think the highest one I have is like 144 because RNG kind of hates me most of the time. So if you don't have anything greater than 147.2% and you like using turrets, then definitely come by and pick up this mod. Next, we have another defensive systems mod, which is pretty decent, 4734 armor, 8% explosive resistance, and then 1.5% total armor. If that was like around 3.5 to 4% total armor, that would almost be god tier mod right there. But if you're looking for some explosive resistance and don't want to lose too much on armor and don't have anything better, then definitely come by and pick these up. Finally, we have a Pulse mod with 141.4% remote skill haste. Now let's run on over to the main entrance vendor at the base of operations, and then we'll move on to the dark zones, and then after that we'll go to the settlements to wrap it up. What's up, babe? Alright, let's see what this vendor has. A converted SMG 9A2, steady-handed, optimized transmission, a tactical MK16 with spike, stable, and Olascoli. No, not the rabbit, it is the talent. 586 Magnum with bread basket and Allegro. Providence Defense backpack with 348 skill power, 2.5% crit damage, and 13,873 health with efficient and self-adjusting. Next, we have an Overlord Amram's chest piece with 11% headshot damage, 7% weapon damage, 228 skill power with insulated. We have an offensive mod with 1.5% weapon damage, 3% weapon handling, and 2% damage to health. There's better out there. Next, we have a drone mod, 180.9% drone damage. I know besides like the typical that one that comes up with like 500 and something damage, this is actually pretty good when it comes to a drone. Especially if you do not have anything greater. So if you're out there searching for these mods because you like running a turret and trying to find something upwards, closer to 200, then here is one for 180.9% damage. Another turret mod with 60.3% duration. All right, let's go to DZ East and we'll see you guys. All right, so we arrived here in DZ East. Let's check out the vendor. She has an SRS-A1 with Sadist, Accurate Double Duty, an M249B with Ignited, Optimized, an Overlord Armaments Mask with 5854 health, 17% skill haste, and Destructive. Moving on, we have a Hela holster with 8% health and 9% crit damage, a Utility Systems mod, skill power, increased confused duration, and increased ensnare duration. We have a Chem Launcher mod with 46.5% ensnare, so if you like using those cum guns, here you go. And moving on, we have a Hive mod with 26.6% duration and a Pulse mod at 24.0% radius. All right, moving on to DZ South. We'll see you guys. All right, so we arrived here in DZ South. Vendor has a Tactical Vector SBR 9mm with Reformation Optimized, an ACR with Spike, Extra, and Overlap, an X45 Tactical Pistol with Reformation Distance and Zen, a Petrov Backpack, 15% skill haste, 7611 armor, 98 to 96 health, 277 skill power with Insulated and Spark. Providence Defense chest piece with 8.5% crit damage, 6% crit chance, 23,081 health with 50% skill duration. We have an Offensive Systems mod with 5% assault rifle damage and 0.5% weapon damage and 3% rifle damage. Not too shabby on a mod here. So if you're looking for something over 5% and closer to 6, this is 5.5% going to assault rifle. Next, we have a drone mod with plus 4% extra bombs for the Bombardier drone. Another turret mod with 125.4% damage. And that will conclude this DZ South. Now moving on to the West. But the mod in the base of operations earlier, that turret mod is actually a lot stronger than this one. So if you're looking for those mods, then go to the one in the base of operations. Now let's go to the West. All right, we're here in the West. This vendor has a Ksg Shotgun with Reformation and Jazz Hands along with Spirit Fingers. A military MK17 with Close and Personal, Allegro, and Recharged. Ralty Holdings gloves with 10% marksman rifle damage and kneecapped, not too bad. Next we have a China Light Industries D-pads with 19% skill haste. Defensive Systems mod, 5727 health, 16% shock resistance, and 11% disorient resistance. A Seeker Mine, well actually a Seeker Ball or Pokeball heal with 58.4% healing, not too bad right there. Then next we have a shield mod with plus 237 shield skill power, and we have a Firefly mod with 235 Firefly skill power. Alright, now moving on to the settlements, and that will wrap up this vendor reset. Whew. Alright, first we have an SR1 with First Blood, Allegro overlapped, an MG5 with Close and Personal and Jazz Hands, 511 mass with 16% damage to elites and 11,826 health, an RNK holster with 6% crit hit damage, 426 skill power, a Utility Systems mod with 157 skill power, 90 pulse skill power, and then 73 chem launcher skill power. Moving on, we have a chem launcher mod with 68.7% damage, a hive mod with 37.6% healing, and a pulse mod with 25.3% confused duration. On to the theater, and that'll wrap up this vendor reset. We'll see you guys next. Alright, we're here at the theater settlement. The last vendor. We have a Tactical Super 90 SBS with Close and Personal and Optimized, an M1A CQB with Sadist and Accurate, Murakami gloves with health and shotgun damage with surgical, David Buster's knee pads with 5.5% crit chance and braced, a defensive systems mod with 3205 armor, 1.5% total armor, and 8146 health. Next we have a Seeker Pokeball mod with 57.4% damage, a shield mod with 92.4% health, and next we have a Firefly Auxiliary mod with 262 skill power. Alright, well that is going to wrap up this vendor reset. It's actually been better, this reset, than it has been in quite, some weeks now. So one man's trash is the other man's treasure, so definitely go pick up that Assault Rifles mod if you're definitely looking for it. Along with the Pyromaniac, if you get to find one. It'll be a good placeholder until you find a better one. And of course, there's other stuff sprinkled in there that definitely can be utilized. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Once again, apologies for it being late, and we'll see you fudging later.